Yes, guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm your boy, John Antonio Brown, and yeah, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you comment, because I'm going to be asking a lot of questions, and obviously I want a lot of responses, which I do engage with, you guys in the comments below. Anyone could vouch, there's a lot of people like CSB, see him in the comments all the time, always replying to him. A lot of people to shout out. I'll shout you guys out in the video all the time, all the time. So let me know in the comments below what you guys want me to talk about in other videos and etc. etc. But today we're going to be speaking about non-league. So there was an incident with Sittingbourne versus AFC Whyteleafe. I played against Whyteleafe last season. Very good team. They pop it and got a dusty Astro though. Astro is not the best, I'm not gonna lie. It's a bit old, it's a bit dry, but I'll give you guys the benefit of the doubt. It's non-league, can't have everything your way, prim and proper, but they're making an effort over there and they're building a very good team that's got promoted last season, and they look like could potentially get promoted this season to step 3. So 2 years, jumping up 2 leagues from step 5 to step 3. Shout out you guys, that's a big feat, big achievement, and a big accomplishment in football, because it's not easy to get promoted, especially one after another, season after another, on the bounce. But yeah, unfortunately, it got recorded, actually, we should say. But there was an incident that occurred in the game where a Sittingbourne fan basically said, "Whoa, you lot black." Listen, man, this is stuff that happens all the time. This is stuff that happens in football. And the thing is, yeah, if this wasn't recorded, I know which way this conversation would have went. There'd have been a lot of people online saying, "Oh, you lot always using the race card. You lot always making it about colour." Yeah, that was what the conversation would have been. Yeah, and listen, it comes down to, you just gotta catch these people in the act, man. Whether, I spoke about it before, whether technology is gonna upgrade itself and players are gonna be walking around with microphones in their shirts and in their jerseys. We might get to that in years to come, and cameras and stuff like that. Football shouldn't be like that, man, but it is because of society, and society is a representation of football, of how football is, and vice versa. Football is a representation of society. It has a massive part to play, probably bigger in the second example I just gave, where football is a representation of society. Can I say I'm shocked? I'm not shocked, man. Obviously, both teams, they did make statements. Let's get into AFC Whyteleafe statement over here. So following this weekend's game away to Sittingbourne FC, we would like to address an issue that occurred during the game. Towards the end of the second half, a Sittingbourne fan walked past our supporters and made a number of racist comments about our players. When confronted about his comments, he became aggressive towards some of our fans who did not react. His comments and actions were audio recorded, filmed, and a picture was taken of the individual. I would like to see your face later, mate. I bet it's not that smiley and happy right now, is it, mate? When made aware, Sittingbourne's stewards and officials were horrified and promised action. To be fair, for them to have stewards, didn't know step 4 has stewards, didn't know that, but learn something new every day. Unfortunately, this is now the 4th time this season our players have been subjected to racial abuse. Some of the language and gestures aimed at them has been truly shocking. Prior to this season, we had not experienced anything of this nature in our 4 years of existence. And that is because the higher leagues you go, the more around the country you're playing. And AFC Whyteleafe have played in Combined County South. And a lot of them teams in that area, they're very multicultural, they're very racially aware, and even if they might be racist behind closed doors, they're not coming out and saying these type of statements. So that's why they haven't, experienced anything in their 4 years of existence. To continue this, after the previous instances, we had remained silent, in small part to protect our fellow non-league clubs, as we fully appreciate the vast majority of non-league clubs and their fan bases do not hold these racist views. It's just 1 or 2 rogue idiots who tarnish their club's name like that. I can't lie, I don't know. We got to put percentages on these things, like football fans go into games, yeah, they're gonna be more brass and louder and more just naturally aggressive, more testosterone men. So you say like on odds, men and women, who's more racist? I don't know. Leave that to the comments below. But then you say the other stuff, which is true. Men are more out there and they're gonna shout more at games and stuff like that, right? And then you include like how many people you see online, like go through Twitter accounts, what they're saying, the jokes and stuff like that about other races and cultures, and that's jokes and stuff like that. Cool. You know, everyone thinks they're comedian, so the joke's on you. But you say like, don't want to get political, obviously not, but you say like a lot of Twitter accounts, yeah, and that's Twitter. I can only use Twitter as an example because that's where people are using as a platform to voice their opinion about something, and obviously the world and the country we're living in. And a lot of them accounts on Twitter you'll find, especially football accounts, they're racist. And a lot of people go into games are those Twitter accounts and those burner accounts, the ones that you see with the egg and the grey man in the picture, in the avatar. So it's just common knowledge that, you know, a lot of these people going to games are going to be racist. I know it's horrible to hear, right? It's like, oh, you're using the black card again. Oh, is it a color thing? Yeah, it is a color thing, man. And black people, Asian people, whoever, you know, whoever is subject to racism, we don't really like talking about this stuff, man. We don't care like to talk about it. Like it's one of them things like rather not, rather talk about other things because it just brings you to this place and you know you don't want to talk about it. But anyway, let's get into the rest of the statement. However, in large part, we have been guided by our manager and players who are on the receiving end of these disgusting gestures and words as to what actions they would like us as a club to take. The response has generally been, what is the point? Nothing will happen, which is true. Even subject to one of my best friends, he was subject to racist abuse in one of our games this season in non-league by a player. Nothing happened. And I knew nothing was going to happen because it was their word versus our word. So they were always going to be believed in that circumstance. Let that sink in. We are in 2026 and that is how players of colour feel that their voices will not be heard and the meaningful action will not be taken to protect them. So today we as a club draw a line in the sand and say we will no longer remain silent. And I hear it, I'm for it, I'm with it. But we've been speaking for God knows how long and nothing's changed, man. So that's my viewpoints on it. Racist is going to be racist. Don't matter what you say. Don't matter what you do. They do a lot of good in the world. There's a lot of good people, you know, doing good things in the world, especially from our community. It doesn't matter. It doesn't change the viewpoint and the opinions of other people in society. So what's the point, to be honest? No point talking about it. Like, it is what it is, isn't it? So, yeah, man. What can we say? Like, let's get into what Sittingbourne actually had to say and we'll wrap up the video because, yeah, this stuff, I'm just tired of talking about it, but it is what it is. We're going to talk about it anyway. Club statement. Sittingbourne FC have been made aware of a racial incident that occurred at yesterday's fixture. This matter is being treated with the utmost seriousness. The individual in question was removed and instantly by the club and been banned for life. A photograph was taken and will be passed on to the relevant authorities. We do not tolerate racism at our club. Having experienced such incidents ourselves this season, we fully understand the impact and severity of these situations. We will work closely with the FA and AFC Whyteleafe on this matter and await the referee's report. At this time, we will be making no further comment. There is no place in football or our club for racism. And listen, yeah, let me say it like this. I'm not even interested in all these statements. The only reason why action was made in this case, it was because it was caught on film and video. If there was witnesses and other people heard it, I guarantee you nothing would have been done about it. And because it was on BBC? Because it was non-league day. It might have been on BBC or it was on the radio. I'm not sure what radio it was. That's the only reason why, because the club they got PR to uphold and they got their brand to keep intact. And that's the only reason why this is being made a big deal out of it. Otherwise, it wouldn't. Like, no one would care. It would be swept under the rug and everyone would move on with their lives. Yeah, let's say it like this, man. Racism happens every day. Black people talk about it every day and nothing gets done. If you are, unfortunately, as a racist, to be caught on film or video in today's society, something will get done, to be fair. And, you know, the reason why it will get done, can I say it's a good reason? No. I think it's done for signal virtualing, is that what you call it? And just to make yourself look good as a club. That's my personal viewpoint on it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, comment down below your thoughts. And yeah, catch you on the next one, man.